Comfort
Not twice the speed?
or speed?
Comfort, always. Because
How fast?
you're on a boat. You're not racing. So you want comfort over speed.
What
Have
happens
seen
if
your
you want to
life?
get to a spot
You have two
faster
kids.
than
You
you're
can't
gonna...
have a speedboat.
True.
Kids don't care about speed.
A comfortable speed.
They want a playroom. Okay? That's
I don't think I like what I just heard, but we're listening. Go ahead.
You can't go fast. You can't get a Ferrari with 2 kids. No. You get the Mercedes SUV.
You actually can't.
Be honest. Be true with yourself.
I thought I was being true with myself.
No. You're not in the midlife crisis yet.
I think I could be, but I'm not sure.
That is a gray beard. That is a gray beard. Get the dog.
Get the dog.
You're not in a hurry to go anywhere.
Who the fuck asked him?
The journey, not the
Yeah.
destination.
It's about that journey, not the destination. Live my life.
Who asked him?
She's right. Yeah.
I feel like the only time you're gonna love the balance is when you're doing a passage. And how many passages are there in the world?
Every passage in the world.
Yeah.
How many? 3?
Anytime you're moving.
How many? How many?
Every
I wanna
time you're
hear a
moving.
number. I want to hear a number. How many?
Anytime you're sailing.
That's not a number. You're not answering the question.
Yeah.
Let's just stop right here for a second. Look at these 3 staring at me, judging me because my 2 favorite boats were performance cats, not a catamaran. It was at this point I knew that those boats were going to be a hard sell for Kacie. I had to convince her that we could have the Ferrari with luxury over the SUV minivan that Jean was mentioning. So we hopped on a plane to go see one of my favorites. Balance 526. We were lucky enough to spend a weekend in Blaine, Washington during COVID, during wildfires, on a really nice Balance 526 there. What do you think?
Okay, so don't hate me on this, everyone, because I know nothing about catamarans, but I wasn't wowed by it. You know, like when we stepped on the boat, I'm sure it's very fast. I'm sure it has very good components, but you know, I just didn't see that. And I'm like, why are we spending so much money for a boat that doesn't have that much stuff? But actually the biggest kicker was the beds didn't work for us with our kids. I think that was the biggest kicker. And there was no space in the front. You'd have to walk all the way around the sides to get to the front.
The no stainless, to me, is the real deal. You don't want stainless on a boat because you gotta polish it.
Okay.
I want to enjoy time, not polish time.
It looks pretty.
I liked it. I wish we would have been able to test it when it was actually windy, but I do think that we had like 6 or 7, 8 knots of wind and we were doing like almost the same, which which is pretty impressive.
Okay, that part was pretty cool.
The
But-
self-tacking jib, that Versa helm, the build quality is awesome. The draft is pretty shallow. I don't remember what it was. But I think it was under 4 feet. Those are things I really like. Simple, strong.
It was
fast.
simple. That is true. That is my first word I could think of looking at the boat. It's very simple.
What
And
you-
for us, we just needed a little more comfort, a little more space, a little bit more of something that feels like home.
I know you didn't like the high beds because we
Oh
got
my gosh, so high. We have a
4 or
roller.
5-year-old.
We have a 5-year-old who rolls off the bed every night. He'd like break his neck or his arm or something. It would not be a good situation.
I wasn't a fan of the winch placement down low. There were so many curves, so many bends to it. It just felt like it was just cranking. And I think you could have them put up top. I think some people have done that on the coach top or whatever. But I like, yeah, the 3 beds owner's version was a killer. We couldn't do it because we need 4. I know you had a problem with the sugar scoops, and if it was just the 2 of us, you getting on and off it. But I do think that Phil said that he could add a foot or 2. So that is a difference
They
with
were
going.
very difficult to get off when you're side docked.
But the difference is they're willing to actually like talk to you and help out, where some of the other manufacturers say it is what it is. And so I thought that was cool. That kind of won me over a bit.
I think the price tag for what was important to us didn't match up. Possibly, but maybe, I don't know, maybe in the end it'll all work out.
Well, for me, the final thing came down to it would be just me on it because you weren't going to get on it. So that's
We
a
need
big-
comfort.
that's
Faux show.
That's a big enough one. Whether I really liked it or didn't like it, you wouldn't be on it. So that is kind of the kill deal.
We have 2 kids plus, I'm sure, like guests
Auntie.
almost at all times. So it just felt like it didn't have enough space for 5 people.
My first words were you're gorgeous. You caught my eye, I think you did it on purpose. I never give you lip service. I speak the truth even if you never heard this, baby. 'Cause when I look at you, I see the sun shining so bright. Oh yeah, I wanna be with you the morning through and every night. 'Cause she like the smoke, she love the burn, and all she I forget it everywhere she turn. She like the weed, she love the herb, and you know I need 'em all with every word. She like the smoke, she love the burn, and all she I forget it everywhere she turn. She like the weed, she love the herb, and you know I need 'em all with every word. Yeah.
Then there was the H&H 50 or 55. Like that 55, that's my dream boat. That is my number 1. That's it. That's the Rolls Royce.
It's beautiful. It's sporty. It did look like it had a lot to offer that matched the price tag with all the fancy carbon fiber components, and the kids loved the little emergency hatch when you walk up the stairs with the glass window, you know, like the little things like that. Kids loved it.
I don't know
The
about
beds
that.
were relatively like in a good position. The kitchen was comfy. The seating area was comfortable.
The
The
galley.
salon, the galley was all comfortable.
Twin helms, that is awesome. Doesn't matter what side you're pulling in, you are near and you could see the whole thing. That is pretty cool. The outside inside connection, I think, is just top notch. It just means you could have a big party sitting in there and everyone's like hanging out together. That's pretty cool, and it is definitely luxurious inside. It looks well built. It looks classy. The steps down to the stateroom unlike Balance, which was very steep. That was one thing that I didn't like. It was very steep for the kids. A lot of this stuff does not pertain if you don't have a 5-year-old, 7-year-old, but the stair that like down to the holes were very steep with the Balance. They are kind of pretty flat and horizontal in H&H to kind of a platform which goes to each side. So I thought that was safe. It's like all carbon fiber. I mean, I don't know how you can go wrong there. That is awesome. Definitely low beds for the kids. That was the plus, and for us. And there's like huge windows that it made it look super like airy and roomy for how much room you really do have. I thought the sugar scoops and the enclosure they kind of put on is genius for what we're going to be dealing with. I think that is just awesome. I know they could do that with Balance too, but that seemed pretty standard with the H&H, which I love. The Jack and Jill shower I think is genius. Gives more room because it's like, how many wet showers do you really want on the boat? Like, I think that's pretty cool to have. The wet area is shared, and then you've got your own toilet, which is important. But you know, the shower part, I mean, come on, that's great. What's the downsides?
Since this is the first time we're, going on this adventure with our whole family, I'm actually not sure if we're gonna love it. So if we're gonna do something that I think we're gonna like it, but I'm not sure if we're gonna love it, like, do we want to spend that kind of money?
That's gonna sell a kidney.
It's a beautiful boat.
It's beautiful.
But it's like we would have to liquidate. And we still want a little bit of piece of land, and we want a place to go back to and feel grounded for now. Maybe we won't later, but for now.
The thing is so fast too. Like when we were, a couple of people I've talked with, they were out and it was like comfortable doing 15 to 20 knots. And I don't know how that could be comfortable, but that doesn't seem comfortable. But
and the other downside, yes, is we've heard several people say that with a whole crew on board and children, like, how comfortable is it really going 20 knots all the time? Like,
maybe
I'm
not
sure you
all
gotta
the time,
buckle down,
but
and like, I just don't know. We want comfort. Comfort is the clear winner here.
hey, having the option to go fast
That's a
is
good option.
cool, is safe, is
But like Jean said, you want the Ferrari or the Mercedes SUV
Ferrari.
for 2 kids. We want the family. The only kicker for the H&H is the price tag.
Yeah.
We really have to commit if we love it, like, to spend that kind of money. It's a beautiful boat. If it was maybe $1 million cheaper, I would say, let's do it.
Well, really? Maybe we could if I did sell along or something. Okay. I love it. It's my number 1. Can't take it away.
Okay.
Number 1, by far. I want. I did talk to a few. Okay. I do like having that forward area to be able to get in and out for the kids instead of having to go around. And surprisingly, and talking with Scott at H&H and Seth, they were actually open to putting a door up there, which is like, holy smokes! Like, you're gonna redesign something because we've got kids that we want to have this opening like that. To me, is service, quality, speed, everything. Like, I think that's going to be an experience that you're going to love instead of a take it or leave it.
It does seem like the customer service with H&H is like phenomenal, which is pretty important in purchasing a boat.
Yeah.
Because what is boat? Bust out another $1,000. You're always fixing it, and it would be amazing to have like really good customer service and knowing you have that.
Yeah.
He said one day you leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights to live the time. My father told me. Take me to the ocean, take me to the sea, wash away my worries, let my soul be free.
Oh, yeah. Nana, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and smash the thumbs up button.